Hi there everyone, welcome back to Press for Truth TV. Today is Monday, December the 3rd, 2012, and today there's a few articles I wanted to share with you in regards to this agenda to introduce RFID tags to the general population. Now some of you may recall it was a few months back where there was a school in Texas that was trying to introduce RFID tags for all their students to wear in order to track and monitor all of their movements while on school property. And you may recall there was a young lady who took the brave stance against her school, refused to wear the ID tag, citing that it goes against her religious beliefs and obviously the violation of basic privacy rights. Well, that school is now trying its best to have this case removed from the courts. Here's an article just out recently from the Rutherford Institute, which says here, Sidestepping state court hearing. School officials file for removal to federal court in case of high schooler forced to wear smart ID tracking badge. San Antonio, Texas, in a move aimed at sidestepping a potentially unfavorable state court hearing in the case of a high school student kicked out of a magnet school for objecting to a school-mandated RFID tracking badge, Texas officials have filed a motion to have the case removed from state court to federal court. Attorneys for the Rutherford Institute were scheduled to appear before the Bexar County District Court on November 28th in favor of a preliminary injunction against John Jay High School to stop them from essentially expelling Andrea Hernandez for her refusal to wear a name badge signifying participation in the school district's new student locator project. The badges include tiny radio frequency identification chips that produce a radio signal enabling school officials to track students' precise location on school property. For sophomore Andrea Hernandez, the badges pose a significant religious freedom concern in addition to the obvious privacy issues. Last week, District Court Judge Solomon Kaseb granted the Rutherford Institute's request for a temporary restraining order in the case, ordering school officials to allow Andrea to return to school on Monday. In coming to Andrea's defense, Rutherford attorneys have alleged that the school's actions violate Andrea's rights under Texas Religious Freedom Act and the First and 14th Amendments to the United States Constitution. And now some of you may be wondering, what does this have to do with religion? Why is the Texas Religious Freedom Act coming up in regards to this young girl who doesn't want to be tracked in school? Well, this all stems back to the Bible, in fact. It's in the book of Revelation, which was written nearly 1,500 years ago, which prophesied about the end times and the days leading up to the end times, in which there will be a time, the Bible says, that every man on earth of all kindred, nation, and tongue, free and slave, everyone will have to have a number issued to them in order to be able to buy or sell. And this system has become known as the Mark of the Beast, in which everyone on earth will have to have this number in order to buy or sell. And many Christians have been speaking out against this for many years, suggesting that this is what this could be leading to. So, it begs the question, I wonder, what does the Pope or the Vatican, for example, have to say about some of this stuff? Well, here's a very revealing article that just came out today from the Telegraph. Vatican introduces new security measures after VatiLeaks scandal. Vatican clergy and employees will be issued with an identity card complete with a microchip tracking device in sweeping new security measures designed to prevent a repeat of the VatiLeaks scandal. Much tighter controls have already been introduced for anyone seeking access or photocopies of the Holy See's archives, dossiers, and documents. The papal apartments, which include the living quarters of Pope Benedict XVI and the offices of his personal staff inside the Apostolic Palace, are totally off limits to anyone without strict authorization. Slovenian priest Mitja Leskovar, an anti-espionage expert nicknamed Monsieur 007, is in charge of implementing the new security procedures, with the identity cards expected to be introduced from January 1st. So the Pope has just announced that he is going to be forcing all of his staff to be equipped with a radio frequency identification chip or tag in order to protect the, I guess you could call them the secrets of the Vatican, as they pointed out, the Holy See's archives, dossiers, and documents. So some of you may be saying, well, look, this is just for security. This is not in regards to being able to buy or sell, or having to, scan to be able to buy or sell. Well, those things are slowly being implemented as well. There are countless examples of that, but I have one example I want to share with you today, another recent article here from Chicago Tribune that points out how the company Discover is testing fingerprint payments. Discover Financial Services, Inc. employees will be able to pay by finger at their Riverwoods headquarters cafeteria and convenience stores as they become the first to test a new payment system. Discover, which is working with French biometrics firm National Security on the project, and which plans to get the pilot underway in the next 3 months, has previously used hundreds of its employees to test new technologies, including various contactless payments, in which credit cards are simply tapped. It plans to test the fingerprint payment system with 300 to 350 employees. Discover employees who want to participate will register at an on-site kiosk which will read an index fingerprint and assign a number to it. Each employee will also receive a key fob with a chip that includes information about their individual credit card accounts as well as their fingerprint. To complete a purchase, the user will place his or her finger on a fingerprint reader near checkout, with the key fob kept nearby, such as in a pocket or a purse, for the transaction to go through. One security benefit to the process is that it guarantees that the fob or credit card and its owner are at the same place at the same time. It could also be faster and more convenient, as people won't have to fumble around with their credit cards. So of course this is being sold on the idea of convenience, that you won't have to fumble around with your cards and you can just simply scan with your finger to get access to your account. Well, if this trend continues, what happens when the system says no? What happens when the computer says you don't have any credit, or your account has been deactivated? In this agenda, which is moving towards a cashless society, people would not be able to reach into their pockets and pay with cash. And, when you're completely reliant on a system such as that, that is real tyranny. That is the new world order, if I've ever seen it. So I think it's important to support brave young people like Andrea Hernandez, who has taken a stand against wearing these RFID tags at all of these small incremental pushes towards this agenda, such as doing it in schools and places of business, because if we don't raise enough awareness about the fact that this is going on right at the moment that it's going on, then it's going to lead to this very tyrannical, dangerous system where all humans will be tracked, traced, and databased under the new world order. So anyways, guys, just something I wanted to bring to your attention today. I want to thank you all for tuning in once again, and I will talk to you all again right here tomorrow at pressfortruth.tv.